1977, George Lucas formed a legacy.
The Force is with me, and I am with the Force.
Inspired by mythology, his saga has become a passion for many.
Feel the Force around you.
His legend has become our story.
It's true. Always.
One of resistance,
We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the first order down.
rebellion,
Rebellion is built on hope.
and redemption.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
This is Star Wars Reactions.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Star Wars Reactions. How are y'all doing? We're so happy to have y'all back with us again. It is going to be fabulous. Let's get the introductions out of the way. My name is Aaron Harrison. Joining me, he is I was going to say Hunter to my Omega, but I don't know how that would work. But yeah, Hunter to my Omega, the David Modders. David, brother, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Ready to record, ready to react, and discuss Bad Batch Season 3.
That's right. We are going to be discussing the trailer that was released for the Bad Batch Season 3, the third and final season of the series. Oh my gosh, it's bittersweet to say the least. I am so excited. So we wanted to sit down. I mean, the trailer dropped. Was it we're recording this on Thursday. It dropped what, Tuesday or Wednesday? I can't remember. Either way, it was exciting. We've had some time to absorb it and follow up with it and just kind of wrap our head around everything we saw. And of course, we wanted to talk to each other about it because we texted we texted back and forth that it dropped, but we really haven't talked about it outside of that. It was just hey, it dropped. Oh my God, Ventress is in it. That was the extent of our texting at that point. But we're going to be hearing each other's thoughts for the first time. This is going to be awesome. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Bad Batch Season 3. What do we know as of right now with this series? What Season 3? We know Season 3 is going to be the final season. They announced that at Celebration. Of course, they are. We know it all wraps up in this. So what do we know? We know it premieres the 21st of February now. So we're recording this on the 25th of January. So we are less than a month away from the premiere of the final season of Bad Batch. The premiere is going to be a 3-episode premiere. That blew my mind. I think we've had 2-episode premieres before, but 3-episode premiere of the Bad Batch. Of course, all exclusive Disney Plus, as always. And what was astonishing is, normally they really give us the dates that stuff's coming out. So and of course they gave us the dates, but Jennifer Corbett also released the titles of each episode on her X account. So not only we know the dates, we also know the corresponding title for those episodes. And I figured that would be something fun to go through as well, considering that this final season only has 15 episodes. The previous 2 seasons had 16 apiece. These have 15. This season will have 15. So let's go through it. Season 3, episode 1, 2, and 3 will all premiere on February 21st. These 3 episodes will be called, episode 1 is called Confined, episode 2, Paths Unknown, and episode 3, Shadows of Tantus.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 4, which will air on the 28th, and these of course still are coming out the Wednesdays of each month, Wednesday of each week, I should say, excuse me. Episode 4 is called A Different Approach. Episode 5, March 6th, The Return. Now, for episode 6 and 7 are both airing on the 13th. Okay. This actually happens twice, 6 and 7 and 10 and 11. So I would expect something major to be happening in those episodes, or else why double them up? So being the last season, I'm expecting something huge in that. And the titles kind of can let your imagination run wild. Episode 6 is entitled Infiltration. Episode 7 is entitled Extraction. So where did we leave the show off? Omega was captured. They're infiltrating and extracting. I can put 2 and 2 together. Makes sense to me. Episode 8, March 20th, is called Bad Territory. Episode 9, March 27th, The Harbinger. Episode 10 and 11, again, the double episode, April 3rd, Identity Crisis and Point of No Return. I got so much. Reading these titles has got so much running through my mind. I mean, we don't speculate. We never have. We try not to. But my speculation brain is like going 90 to nothing reading these titles. Episode 10, April 10th, is called April 10th. Wait, no, sorry. Episode 12 on April 10th is Juggernaut. Episode 13 on April 17th is Into the Breach. Episode 14 on the 24th, it will be called Flash Strike. And it all ends with episode 15 on May 1st, 2024. The Cavalry has arrived. Which is...
Yeah, I can hear Rucker saying that.
Yeah, I was going to say, because he has said that.
That's right.
I mean, that's the thing. He has said that. So it's got your mind going, what cavalry? Who is coming? Normally they're the ones showing up. They're the cavalry. I mean, it's insane. I gotta know, David, first off, I mean, what we before we go in to talk about the trailer, what are your thoughts on these on this schedule with these episodes, the 3, then the 2 weeks where we get 2 episodes, and just how this is lining up for the final season?
Well, a couple thoughts. One, I'm just kind of going back in my memory banks to the series premiere when we see the Bad Batch, we see Caleb Doom and Depa Balaba, and I seem to recall, Aaron, that it felt like that was 3 episodes. It was almost like an hour and a half premiere. I thought more than 2 episodes. I kind of thought it was like an hour and 20, something like that. I would have to go back and look at that. I should have done that tonight, but I didn't have time. But that was one of the first things I thought about, was how much fun that very first drop was. And again, was that your feeling? It was about an hour and a half, almost 3 episodes put together there. Felt like that series premiere was, but
well, the series premiere of this, the series premiere was 1 episode, which was an hour and 10 minutes long.
Okay.
So yes, it felt longer because it was a longer episode. That was on May 4th of 21. That was the episode Aftermath. Then after that was a special release on May 4th. Then after that, that was like on May 4th was like on a Sunday or something. Because then on the 7th, they started releasing the 7th, the 14th, and so forth after that.
Yeah.
Season 2 doubled up. They did a 2 episode premiere for season 2 on January 4th of 23. Yeah. But this will be the first time
Okay.
We've had three
Yeah.
for the Bad Batch. I'm trying to think. Ahsoka was a 2-episode premiere, right?
I believe so when they did that. Yeah. Well, and you think about the 110 minutes, that's, 22, 22, and 22.
Yeah, it's essentially 3 episodes.
Exactly. Right. And that was one, like I mentioned that to you, and thank you for the help on that. And so kind of a similar feel there. The other thing that stuck out to me, like you said, episode 6 and 7, infiltration, extraction, definitely feel like we know what that is. But April 3rd with episode 10 and episode 11, Identity Crisis and Point of No Return, just in my head, I'm like, wait a minute, there was a Clone Wars episode, Point of No Return. So if I remember correctly, I'd have to grab my episode guide right there. But I think that is, I think they're kind of using one of those. But yeah, I'm excited. I feel like, again, Star Wars has had a history of releasing some of these titles and it gives away too much. And I don't feel like that at all. I feel this is, got me interested and my interest peaked just like the teaser did. And that's what they're supposed to do. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes over 15 episodes. And,
It's, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, not at all, buddy. No, I'm with you.
No, you're right. It's going to be great. And to answer your question, yes, there is an episode of the Clone Wars called Point of No Return, season 5, episode 13. It's a part of the D Squad episodes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Wait, that's the Gregor episode.
Yeah.
Is this? Could they be hinting at a Gregor show up?
We're not speculating, but
we don't speculate. No,
but we didn't say that.
I did. Jeez. Carabast. Oh.
Yeah. See,
why do I look this stuff up?
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of giving people, we're piquing people's interest, buddy.
Well, we don't have to. Lucasfilm did a good enough job with this trailer as is. Yeah. And if you're reading the titles, your mind will go insane. Because mine has. This is going to be fantastic. So let's move in to the trailer itself, because it is what blew everybody away. I know it blew me away when I got the drop while I was in the office. My job has had me go back in the office, so I don't get to see as much of the news when it comes out immediately like I used to. So when I just happened to have had just happened to grab my phone to change my audiobook that I was listening to, when I saw the notification pop up from Facebook, and it was like Bad Batch trailer. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, break time. Yeah, fantastic. Let's talk about this trailer. They dropped a 2-minute trailer, actually 2 minutes and 2-second trailer for the 3rd and final season, announcing its premiere on February 21st. And it is chocked full of goodness. Holy smokes. Let's do this in a typical Star Wars reactions way. Let's start with our initial reactions to this trailer. Wow. I mean, I'll go first because I can't hold it in. Wow. I mean, this was just, I've been looking forward to season 3 of the Bad Batch. Hesitant for it as well because I know it's the final season and I don't want the show to end. But my word, what a fantastic trailer. So much action, so much teasing, so much. It's a trailer that literally will get you on the edge of your seat in anticipation. And then, of course, you have it sets you up with all these high expectations, and then all of a sudden, bam, boom, there's a surprise at the end of the trailer. is, I mean, literally, I'm Carabast. It's making me speechless. Just even talking about it. This is how excited I was the day it dropped. I mean, everything about this trailer was just pure perfection for me. I mean, have you ever heard the phrase? It was something that you wanted, but it was always better than what you wanted. This was, for me, this was so much better than, for a trailer, it was so much better than what I was hoping for. It met and exceeded all of my expectations for a teaser trailer, for a trailer. I mean, it was insane. David, take it over, dude. What were your initial reactions when you finally got to sit down and watch the final season trailer for The Bad Batch?
Yeah, like you said, for a teaser trailer, I mean, it did its job. I took a few little notes. You and I always do that to get ourselves prepped. And I want to say this: the teaser trailer, it had me at Clone Turbo Tank. Okay,
Oh,
so
I know, right?
I'm just like, look, I'm a Clone Turbo Tank fan. I got the huge Lego set back in the day. My son and I put it together, and I just periodically see it. It didn't get a lot of play in Revenge of the Sith, but when I saw that, and then the different angles and the dirt coming off the wheels, and Wrecker saying, "We're running out of space," I'm all in. You had me at Clone Turbo Tank. And so, and then they show another clip, right, of a Clone Turbo Tank. It looks like maybe coming at another Clone Turbo Tank or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's firing off missiles, and I'm just like, I'm in. A few other notes. Of course, they flash to Mount Tantus. Of course, we know Omega is there, and of course, she walks by and sees Crosshair. He looks demoralized. I want to know what the Emperor means by saying that there's nothing more important than whatever task it is for securing the future of the Empire. I'm guessing it's cloning. That's been the big push, right, through Mandalorian, hinting at it all the way through The Rise of Skywalker. And we know that Hemlock is there, and they're wanting Omega, I think, to try to do some of this cloning. And of course, having oh God, I guess is it Nala Se, Lamasu? I got to check out all my names, there to help with the cloning. So not only did it have me at Clone Turbo Tank, how about a little clip there of Fennec Shand, Cad Bane, Rex, and then, like you said, Asajj Ventress. I started texting you. I'm like, wait, does the timeline work out? And then, because I read Dark Disciple and loved it, and obviously we'll be reading it again before the series premieres, or season 3 premieres. Forgive me, next month. But just blown away by this teaser trailer, and like I said, did what it was supposed to do, and I'm wanting more.
Oh, yes, for sure. I mean, you addressed the opening of the trailer with the turbo tank, but it's not just a turbo tank. It's a turbo tank being chased down and attacked by Republic gunships.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
the drop ships that we saw the clones ride in on in episode 2, that we see all throughout the Clone Wars. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, it is just wicked insane. And I am just, oh my gosh. So what else? I mean, we mentioned that, we saw that. Then we get to see, of course, a lot of Tanis and a lot of fighting going on. We see Rex. I mean, we see a lot of the returning characters. We see a glimpse of Sid. Fee Genoa shows up at the beginning of the trailer. We see Captain Rex again. But he's looking a little different. He's lost the pauldron off his armor. So he's beginning to drift into that look of from Rebels, with his armor stuff, losing the pauldron, which is cool. Then of course through clips of the trailer as it's cutting scene to scene to scene to scene, we see Cad Bane, we see Fennec Shand, we see Hemlock, Palpatine. I couldn't tell. I don't know if you could or not, but was that because I know when Palpatine showed up in season 1, it was Ian McDermott. Or
Yeah, I
yeah,
think it's
so
him. I think
is
it
it?
is him. I think it is because he ended up doing the voice in, and well, actually the character in Kenobi, right? The
Mhm.
2 summers ago, 2022, summer 2022. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
So I just wasn't sure.
I-
Either way,
yeah.
it's Emperor Palpatine, man, and he's on Tanis.
Oh.
Oh, I mean, come on. I mean, then of course everybody else is there. You see Crosshair looking all demoralized, and I stand by what I've said every season of this show. This series ends with him getting redeemed. I'm not speculating on that. I am telling you that is his journey. His journey has to end with redemption. It has to.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely has to. And I think by the end of it, we will see the redemption of Crosshair. And especially after reading some of these titles, I can tell you where it starts.
Okay,
I think
people, Aaron's a little excited tonight.
I know you have no clue how excited I am for this. I mean, yeah, it's happening, folks. If it doesn't, I will be shocked. But it's happening. But then, of course, we had some surprises in the trailer when it came to the trailer. Of course, the biggest one, of course, David already mentioned, Asajj Ventress.
Yeah.
With her yellow lightsabers.
Yes. Let me give a little detail here. So before I jumped on, Aaron and I have busy lives before we jump on, and Aaron was busy tonight, and so I had a few minutes. And I thought, well, let me do a little bit of homework here. Grabbed my Dark Disciple, signed by Christy Golden.
Yours is signed by Christy Golden?
Yeah, well, I got her to sign it in Lakeland. You were the one who told me about her being in Lakeland. I was trying to remember how many years back, and I had her sign this and Inferno Squad.
Okay.
Right. And because it was a small little con, not at RP funding, just a small little con. I remember driving, and then you ended up not being able to get there. I'd asked her a couple questions that you had and recorded them.
That's right.
Yeah, buddy.
I remember now.
Yeah. And so this book is a 2015 book, and I have it open to the page Star Wars Dark Disciple, Christy Golden, based on Star Wars The Clone Wars, created and executive produced by George Lucas, supervising director Dave Filoni, produced by Carrie Silver. And it's actually this book, it's 8 scripts, so these would have been 8 episodes of The Clone Wars. And here's the names: Lethal Alliance, The Mission, Conspirators, Dark Disciple, Saving Voss, right, Quinlan Voss, parts 1 and 2, Traitor, and The Path. Written by Katie Lucas and Matt Miknovitz and Dave Filoni. And so there is that page. I wanted to read that to our listeners. So so I want to really dive into that because I really want it back in my head, especially with Ventress there showing up at the end of the trailer. I will say this too, another little thing for our listeners. On the cover of the book here, Dark Disciple, it has Asajj with the short haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she has a yellow lightsaber. Voss has a green one. Cover's really beautiful on the book here, but just wanted people to know that, yeah, the cover of this book matches up with her appearance there at the end of the trailer.
Yeah, and what's what the big surprise when it comes to this is the fact that that he, in the book Dark Disciple, and if you haven't read it, I mean, definitely you probably should, because it is an incredible book. But in the book, she dies. I mean, spoiler alert, in the book, she supposedly dies. And of course, when the trailer dropped, there was a lot of, are they retconning the series? Are they retconning the book? Is the book getting tossed out? And that was a big fear across social media, and a lot of the people I was talking to were saying that. But there's actually a quote from the producers and everybody, and I don't have written down who said it, but I know Matt Martin, who works for Lucasfilm, posted it, and said, and the quote from the production staff is, "We don't want to spoil anything, but we want fans to know that any new storytelling with Ventress aligns with the events of Dark Disciple." So somehow she survived dying in Dark Disciple.
Well,
that or I read somewhere else that they're saying it happened about the same time.
right.
Wait.
I'm wondering, like, if the way they cut that last scene in the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of reminds me of The Last Jedi, and kind of how they cut that and made it look like, I don't know, at one point that like Rey and Kylo are touching hands, but it was from a different scene. And
Yeah.
I was looking at that and I'm like, wait, is she coming at Wrecker and Hunter? Or is that, I wondered if it was kind of a little bit earlier and a previous mission in the Clone Wars and stuff like that. But I do see it's from Brad Rao saying that
There
we
you
don't
go.
spoil anything, but want fans to know that any new storytelling with Ventress will align with the events of Star Wars Dark Disciple. And like you said, Matt Martin posted that as well. So just wanted to let people know that. So again, it'll be fun either way. Yeah.
Oh, it is. And I love Brad because he did a lot with he was a part of the team behind Resistance. He was a part of the team behind Resistance as well. So he knows his stuff, and I definitely trust what they're doing, because they haven't steered us wrong, especially with this show. It has been incredible to have that happening. But the other one, and I don't know if my eyes were playing tricks on me, and I don't know if you saw it, but there's a split second scene at 1 minute 21 seconds into the trailer. And if you pause it and you look at it, it's basically one of the clone commandos with a bunch of stormtroopers, and there's another clone standing in front of them. And if you look at it, the way it's colored, I mean, it's dark, so it's kind of hard to see, but the way it's colored, is that Wolf? I could swear that's Commander Wolf.
I don't know. You want? I can go to it. I don't know. Here, I'll start the trailer here. I'll keep the volume down.
He's got there's the clone commando, and then there's a couple of clone troopers, and then behind them are some stormtroopers.
Oh, that was a split second, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, literally, you have to get it paused right at the right moment.
I just went past it. Let me go back to 118, 119, 120, 120. Oh, okay. So how do I I'm looking. I see what you're saying. There's
I could swear that's Commander Wolf.
interesting. I see what you're saying. I'm looking right at it because there's a who's to the right there with the glowy eye.
Yeah, that's the clone command. That's one of the commandos.
Yes. Yeah. And then yeah, is that
Then you have who I think is Wolf. Then you
and-
have behind Wolf, who I
Oh.
assume is Wolf. You have 2 regular clone troopers in phase
Yeah.
2 armor,
yeah.
and behind them you can see the new stormtroopers.
Yes. Yes. I see exactly. I have it frozen right there. Holy crow. Interesting, buddy. Yeah, I'm looking right at it. Is that let me expand.
It looks like Wolf.
Huh. I'm expanding the actual It's hard to know. I'm looking at the helmet, the visor.
What's throwing me off is the helmet. The helmet looks like it's slightly off from Wolf,
Yeah.
and that's why I can't say 100%. But the armor, the shoulder pauldrons, everything that I'm looking at, besides his helmet, screams Wolf.
I see exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Or is it just a member of the Wolf Pack?
Or that. I'm expanding it out. Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is why I'm so psyched for this show. I was excited. Here's the thing. I was excited before this trailer, but I was also hesitant. Like I said in my opening remarks, I was also hesitant because I've really enjoyed the Bad Batch, and I really don't want a series to end. So it's a bittersweet for me at this moment, but my Lord, if that is, after watching the trailer, I am like salivating for this season. This next month can't go by fast enough to get me to the premiere because I am dying to know what happens.
Well, and that's kind of one of my, if we get to final thoughts, I can share it then, but yeah, no, I can't wait for that. And I put another little note, buddy, the gut punch of seeing Tech fall to his, they had to throw that in there.
Yes.
Just to, twist my guts up again. Thank you, Brad Rao and Jennifer Corbett. But that was another clip. But that's really cool, man. I'm glad you mentioned that because then I could kind of go to that. I guess our listeners can go take a look. 1 minute 21 seconds. You got to hit it right at the right spot, or you won't catch it. But yeah. We're ready to go, man. I'm curious, and we'll see how it plays out. Yeah.
Huzzah. Oh my gosh. Incredible. This is going to be insane. And of course, you can listen to us. We will be breaking down each episode each week as they air. And it is, as the series comes to an end, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I really just, February 21st. I'm literally going to have to take the day off on the 21st. Because with me being in the office now, if I don't, I wouldn't be able to watch it till 10 o'clock that night with them premiering on Wednesday. And I'm going to have to take at least the 21st off so I can watch that premiere.
Yeah. Well, we had the Tano Tuesdays with Ahsoka, and I'm really glad they did that. Here they're going back to a Wednesday release, probably 3 a.m. our time, 12 midnight Pacific. I know what you're saying. I wish they were doing appointment television again. That would be really helpful, I would like that on a Tuesday, unless they're releasing it on a Wednesday evening, versus a Wednesday, kind of the previous way they did it. I'd like them to do it like they did the Ahsoka show, but that way people aren't getting spoiled, Yeah, I guess we'll see, but I'm guessing it's more that the old release schedule that they've done for most of the series. Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. So
yeah.
Well, David, final thoughts. Bad Batch trailer.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Well, super excited for this, as we said. This has been a really, really impressive series. Season 1, season 2, how they left us on the cliffhanger there with Omega being taken to Mount Tantus. I will say this. I am very curious to see where this ends with Omega. Like you mentioned with Crosshair, I completely agree with you. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Omega, the rest of the crew, and really for me, like kind of where they leave the rest of the galaxy, because we know the Empire reigns for many years until A New Hope, until we see Luke and all that. So it's not like there can be this massive victory by, our heroes, by the Bad Batch. But again, like you said, I'll just step back. I'll let it play out. And I'm going to enjoy every step of the way, buddy. How about you?
Humana. I mean, if you can't tell, I'm just a wee bit excited for this. It's just a wee bit. It was so much better than I hoped the trailer was. And I am so looking forward to season 3. If you aren't psyched for season 3 already, you have to be psyched after seeing this trailer. And if you're not, I suggest scheduling an appointment with your doctor and going getting checked, because you might be dead. No, just messing. I know everybody, it's not for everybody. Just messing with you. But man, I am stoked for this. This is excited. It's going to be great. But at the same point, like I said, it's bittersweet. Once it starts, we're going to be after the premiere. We're going to be 12 episodes away from it being over. And I just when it comes down to the last part, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard pill to swallow for me. And I just don't know if I can do that again. So, it's going to be great. It's going to be fun either way. It's going to be great. We're going to have so much fun breaking it down. I already know we are. And we just can't wait for y'all to come on the ride with us. So, and of course, you can make sure you listen and to the show as the reactions come out to the show or to the Bad Batch. You can catch us each week. Make sure you're subscribing on your favorite pod catchers and catching the show every time it drops. Of course, you can always find us on social media as well, Facebook and X at SW Reactions Pod, Pinterest, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, Tumblr, all at SW Reactions. Of course, you can leave us a voicemail about your thoughts about the Bad Batch at speakpipe.com/Star Wars Reactions. Or, of course, you can email us, swreactions@gmail.com. So make sure you take advantage of all that. Of course, David, if somebody wants to talk to you about the Bad Batch or about Star Wars, how would they go about doing that?
Absolutely. 3 main ways. First one is Twitter X, and that is simply at David_Motters. The other one is Instagram. Just look up my name, David Motters. And then, Aaron and I have gotten on the Blue Sky. So my Blue Sky handle is davidmotters.bsky.social.
Very good. Very good. Very good. And of course, you can find me on best places X at TA Harris 121079. That's always the best place to get a hold of me. So check it out there. And also, we want to remind you. Of course, you heard about it in our in an earlier episode when Daniel was joining me for a reactions chat. But the 2024 edition of Star Wars Podcast Day is coming up in 2 weeks on February 7th. Of course, we'll be celebrating 25 years of Star Wars podcasting. Right now, they're over. What's the latest number he sent me? But we got, we got to be close to 100 at this point, aren't we? Over 90 shows as of today. No, as of yesterday, as of 9 o'clock Wednesday, over 90 shows are taking a part of Star Wars Podcast Day, releasing special episodes either on February 7th or the week of February 7th. Make sure you're looking on Twitter, you're looking for, or X, or wherever all your social media. Make sure you can find shows connected to Star Wars Podcast Day as they use the hashtags Star Wars Podcast Day and hashtag Star Wars Podcast Day 2024. It is coming up. It's going to be a blast, and we told y'all what we're doing. If you don't remember, we're going to be bringing back our profile series, and we'll be discussing our favorite smuggling pirate. Who would do anything for Ezra Bridger. Anything for Ezra. So either way, it's going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to it. So make sure you are subscribed and ready to go. And of course, you can always find the Star Wars Podcast Day on social media at Star Wars Pod Day on X, Facebook, Insta, all of the above. So, well, David, you know what time it is?
I do know what time it is. I'm ready now. I think I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're not.
I'm convincing myself at this point.
Well, I'm telling you right now, you're not, because it's bad when I'm saying this one crosses the line for cheesiness.
Oh, no. Oh.
So prepare thyself for the cheesiest of cheese with this week's Star Wars Dad Joke of the Week.
All right. Lay it on me.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Oh, boy. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Because he was running away from Kylo Hen.
Oh, my gosh. That might be the all-time worst.
Kylo Hen.
That is a dad joke. That is a dad joke. I hope the listeners appreciate me enjoying the Star Wars Dad Joke of the Week.
I hope they do too. Well, my friend, this has been a blast.
It has. I'm glad we're back recording, getting some episodes done, and looking forward to the Bad Batch Season 3.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. We hope you're looking forward to it too. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are great. We appreciate each and every one of you. Continue the year of kindness. Do something nice for somebody this week. It's just, I tell you that each week, but I really want to drive that home. You never know how much just one kind act can change a person's outlook on things. So make sure you're doing something like that every day. Just make the world a better place. Remember, this is your place for elegant discussion for a more civilized age.
If you'd like to share your thoughts, you can email us at show@starwarsreactions.com for our show notes and the latest news from the Star Wars universe. Visit our website at www.starwarsreactions.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at SWReactionsPod or on Facebook at Star Wars Reactions. If you enjoy our show, please leave a review on iTunes. This podcast is not endorsed by the Walt Disney Company or by Lucasfilm Limited. It's intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. The official Star Wars website can be found at www.starwars.com. Star Wars. All names, sounds, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and or copyrights of Disney and the respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of Star Wars Reactions unless otherwise indicated. Star Wars Reactions. Elegant discussion for a more civilized age.